Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I am making a card based on this past Friday's Craft Roulette Challenge, challenge number 258. And if you're not familiar with Craft Roulette, I'll have a link in the description box below. Just click on the More button or More tab, and it will take you to the description of Craft Roulette. Because if you have not checked out that channel, you really need to. Now, for today, I need to make a project that is a card for someone special using the colors of fruit. The element, it has to include critters, and random, you have to use a pencil. All right, so I am going to be making a purple card today because the colors I chose are like combination of grapes and blackberries when they're not quite ripe, but they're getting ripe. So I'm using purples and shades of purple today and a little bit of black because sometimes they're so dark they look black. Now, this is GinaK's Wild Wisteria. It's 10 inches by 7 inches. I folded it scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it and creased it with my bone folder. And then I have a piece of white cardstock. It is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. I'm going to stamp on it and put it on the inside. And then for the front of the card, I have black. Now, I cut out these two pieces using GinaK's Master Layouts 8. But if you don't have them, this piece of black is 6 3/8 by 4 3/8. And the white is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then I have cut out 3 diamonds. 2 are just regular cardstock, and then I have 1 that I cut out of watercolor paper, so it's textured. And to cut that out, I used, this is the Hero Arts Infinity Nested Dies Diamond. This diamond is 3.5 inches across by 5 inches tall. I am going to start by stamping. I'm going to be making a card today for someone that's going through a rough time. So it can be for anyone. But you could also change this card up to make it for birthday, sympathy, any occasion, just using different stamp sets. So I am going to stamp my butterfly. I have these wonderful stamps from Rubbernecker stamps, beautiful butterflies, and I want to use this butterfly and a couple of the small ones because we have to have critters on this card. So I'm getting a stamping platform. I'm just going to set this all aside. So what I want to do is I want to put the big butterfly on my watercolor paper. And since I am going to be watercoloring, I need to use a pigment dye or something more permanent. So for this, because I'm going to, pardon that noise, I'm going to be watercoloring over this. I'm trying to decide if I want my butterfly angled, and I think I do. Yeah, I'm going to angle my butterfly like that. I got this at a rubber stamp convention, but Rubbernecker Stamps is online. They've been in business since, I think, 1993. So I'm going to use my Stays-On ink for this. I could use my VersaFine Clear. I just want to get this on. And I want it to be nice and dark. And my Stays-On is quite old. So this will take a couple of inkings, I believe. And if it doesn't get dark enough, I'll put the VersaFine Clear on top of it and just let it dry for a little bit. All right, it's getting there. I think one more. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. I'm going to actually watercolor right over that. And I'm going to go one more time, and I'm using the VersaFine Clear right on top of that. Because the center of the butterfly just isn't getting a nice coat. All right, that is good. So now I'm just going to set that aside and clean off my stamp with my tidy towel. Now VersaFine, or not VersaFine, StazOn will stain. I do have a StazOn cleaner. I will take care of that after the video's over. Now I want to stamp some more because I'm going to do some stenciling and some other things. So I'm going to get, let's see, the inside of the white card, or the white card base. I want to use the smaller butterflies. I actually like these little ones. I'm going to put one butterfly in each corner. And for that, I am just going to color these with the GinaK Designs Dark Lilac. Just going to stamp them in the lilac. And that's perfect. All right, set those aside to dry. Put the lid back on the lilac. I'm going to be using it again here shortly. Now I want to stamp on my center panel. Now when I put this together, I'm going to have this diamond kind of like over here on this side of the card. And so I want to put, I think I want to put a butterfly here and one right there. And I'm also going to do those in the dark lilac. I'm going to do this one more time. Okay. Now I'm done with the butterflies. Now I want to stamp some sentiments on here. Now I'm going to use, this is GinaK's Essential Greetings, and I want to put the saying, sending you strength. And I have not used that one, so this is going to need to be conditioned. And I'm going to move that down in the bottom corner now. I want this to be in this very bottom corner. And I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair Nocturne for that. First, I need to condition the stamp by running my fingers across it. That gets the coating on it that comes from the factory. That's perfect. Now I want to use one more stamp on here. And this one I'm going to need to put down some acetate because I'm going to be using a red rubber stamp. From Northwoods rubber stamps, this is Coneflowers and Monarch and Butterfly Weed and Monarch. It's Northwoods number 168. I want to put on here just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, it became a butterfly. So this would be a great card for someone who's struggling through various things, just to let them know that you're thinking of them and they might become a butterfly. So this I want to put here. So that is going to go right there. But I need to make sure it's nice and straight. Because with the red rubber, I can't see through. And it's definitely crooked. Looks like it needs to go over at the bottom. To move it over at the bottom a little And that's why I put the acetate down. A little bit more at the bottom. Okay, move that over. Right. Let's try that. I'd rather waste ink than waste ink plus cardstock. That's still crooked. Butterfly needs that part needs to go down. Okay, so let's try it that way. I knew the sentiments would be the longest part of this video today. Oh, now that's even worse. Showing you the importance. I'm going to turn this upside down and see if I can line it up straighter this way. Really stressing the importance of acetate today, aren't I? That will be perfect. Okay. All right, here goes nothing. Need a little bit more pressure down there. And a little bit more on the deep. There we go. All right. I love Northwoods, are one of my favorite rubber stamps. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling. I have this stencil that looks like you ink splattered. This came in a set of 3. It actually makes a little flower, and these are kind of like the centers of flowers. I just want to put some random circles all over this. And I'm not going to use my grip mat because I'm going to just be picking this up and moving it all over. I don't want to get it on the words, so I'm going to go around it. Let's see, I'm going to use one of the insides of these triangles to clean off my. So I just want a very light color. I'll put a couple here. Now I'm going to put some on this side. It's kind of like you splattered it, but it's more of a controlled splatter. Just a few in there. It's probably going to get covered up with the diamond anyhow. All right. Now I'm going to put the basic card together, except for the triangle, because this is where I need to color and get the pencil aspect in here. Now get this as straight as I can. Get that lined up. Seem to have like a pink glow today, but that's definitely not pink. I think it's just the lighting in here. Got some storms going on outside. Okay, now I'm going to put the inside in. Okay, now I'm not a big fan of pencils. If I use like a regular pencil, to me it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. I get a really, really bad reaction in my head. Okay, so I'm going to use, these are Tim Holtz Distress Watercolor Pencils. And I am going to color my butterfly. I'm just putting some dark colors to the middle. That is Villainous Potion, and this one is Wilted Violet. And I'm just going to put some lighter color on the outside edge of the butterfly. Then I take my watercolor brush. I want to get that dark. And I forgot to put the dark here too, because I kind of want to keep them similar. Now I'm going into the light. Go into the light, little one. That needs a little bit more color on this. Now I'm going to take the dark and go along the edge where these black circles are in the butterfly. Now, I just had an idea. I'm not sure it's going to work. It's probably going to look terrible. I want to get some gray, if I have some gray. I want to make a little shadow around the butterfly. Let's see how well. I like these boxes, but they are hard to get open. Well, let's see what Lost Shadow. And I'm going to put it on the non-watercolor paper just to see. Okay, I'm going to try it. I'm going to go around the edge of the butterfly. This was not my original idea. Oh, good. It makes a very, very pale gray. So you can barely see it, but it gives enough of a shadow that it looks like you cut out the butterfly and have it popped up. I'm not going to do the top, just the sides and the bottom. Just a hint of a shadow. I'll bring that up to see if you can see. Probably not very well. But in person, it looks really cute. That was Lost Shadow. I'll keep that out so I can put that in my list of used items today. Now, I think it needs a little bit more. So I'm going to put these together and pop this up. I need to take a little bit of color along the edge of this. So I'm going to glue these together. You don't need 3. I just had cut out one before I decided I was going to use the watercolors. And then I decided I wanted to use a watercolor, so I needed the watercolor paper. which you can watercolor on plain paper if you do it very, very lightly and don't use a lot of water. I almost need to touch the edges of that a little bit. And I want a strip to go across here. I'm going to put you on pause, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I brought two options. One is a strip of glitter cardstock, and I think that's too fat. Then I have these glitter, not glitter, these are just silver metallic strips that are stickers. Oh yeah, I like that. So I'm going to put one across. I'm going to start over here. Go up a little bit more. Up a little more, right about there. And then I'll cut the ends off here with scissors. Just want it across the white. Just needed a little something. Now these stickers I got from Stamp On It. And I need to get more of them because I really like them. All right. And I do need to do the edges of this. Okay. There goes nothing. I'm just going to take my ink pad. And that's doing nothing but the edges. So I think I might need to do a little brush. But that might be enough. I just need to go for it and put some actually on the card. I think that is enough. Yes, that makes it much better. Okay, so now I'm going to pop this up. I have some of these foam circles that I got from Hobby Lobby. I see Simon Says Stamps has some foam circles. I want to try getting some of those. My new kit's already on the way. So I'll probably get some of those next month's order. Then just add a little bit more bling. Yes, having that purple around the edge. And get that so it's just like that. So it's not over the top. So let's come down a little bit more. All right, now I've got a wet wipe here. I'm going to get the ink off my fingers really quick. All right, for the butterfly, I am now going in with diamond stickles. Right on top of the watercolors. Okay. Now I want to add just a few little rhinestones. I got some options. I have the set I got from for Christmas. And I don't know if any of these colors would be right. No. So I have an Ohuhu art marker. This is V366 Potato Purple. So I'm going to try coloring just a couple of these. I like the fatter end, the chisel end for coloring. Yes, that's a nice color for here. One nice thing about coloring your own, if you don't like the color and you need more rhinestones, you can clean them off with rubbing alcohol and you're set to go. Pardon me. What I'm doing now is I'm peeling them off the glue strips that's on the back. The glue on these is so old that it doesn't want to stick, so I'm just peeling them off. And I'll put 5 on. Okay. Now, where do I want to put them? I'm thinking one here. Well, the blue. One there. One here. Notice I'm sticking the glue down first. I'm committing to it. One here. And then one over here. Okay, that's my card for today. So let me see if I have met all the parameters. Card for someone special. Yep, someone going through a tough time. Sending them some strength to get through it. Colors need to be fruit colors. I went with the shades of purple and black that come with grapes and blackberries and even blueberries. Element critters. I've got 3 little critters on that card with the butterflies. Random, use a pencil. I used 3 watercolor pencils. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'm going to show you the sparkles there. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.